Our guests today are Bill Menezes of Colorado Media Matters and Chantel Taylor from Colorado's Ethics Watch. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here, Wade.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Well, briefly tell us about the resignation of Holly Lauder.
We got a tip that Holly Lauder, the director of the elections division, had a conflict of interest with one of the vendors who received sizable contracts from the elections division. So we started to investigate it by doing open records requests. And right in the midst of our investigation, she, not coincidentally, resigned very abruptly. At the same day that she announced her resignation was her last day. And the Secretary of State's office could not get their story straight. Rich Coolidge, the spokesperson for the Secretary of State's office, first says that she just resigned abruptly and they don't have details, but then later says when they became aware of the potential conflict, they investigated it and took appropriate action. Well, what was the nature of their investigation? Does take appropriate action mean she was terminated? This is the very office that's in charge of how our elections are going to proceed, how ballots are going to be counted, and how whether voters are going to be purged from the voter files. All of those issues are in their hands. Last spring, there was a whole issue about him allowing Dan Kopelman, the elections technology manager in his office, to operate an outside partisan side business that directly conflicted with his duties. So he was under an obligation, Secretary Kaufman, to clean up the office and make sure there's no conflicts among his staff anymore. And if this is the way they operate, I think we should all be pretty concerned.
We looked at how the media had covered an audit of the Secretary of State's office related to the activities of Dan Kopelman. And Ethics Watch, through its diligence and through some Colorado Open Records Act requests, turned up a series of email communications between Mike Kaufman and his number two in the department regarding how they were going to talk to the media at the time that this audit was released back in December. Mike Kaufman wanted to put out a news release that said audit clears Secretary of State's office or audit clears employee, and his number two was saying there in black and white, that is inaccurate. The audit specifically did not clear him and said he may have, in fact, have violated the law. Mike Kaufman comes out, says something that is essentially false. The media report it without checking. Had they even bothered to fully read the audit, it jumps off the pages. Now, the reporting in both the Rocky Mountain News and Denver Post and in some other places as well not only didn't mention this, but uncritically quoted Mike Kaufman as saying the audit had somehow cleared or vindicated his office, when in fact, in black and white, the audit itself said that was not true.
Guys, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us. Always a pleasure.
Thanks so much. Anytime.
Good to see you again. And you can always check out this interview at ultimatepolitics.net and also on the internet, the series of tubes like on Square, State, or Colorado Polls. This will be posted up on there as well. And this is Wade Norris signing out for Ultimate Politics down here at Mile High Sports Radio, 1510 a.m. We'll see you guys next week, and have a good one.